Hi, everyone. There is no end in sight to the National Hockey League player lockout. Yesterday, the NHL canceled another 104 regular season games through December 30th. Talks collapsed late last week, as has been well documented. Since then, the League and Players Association have been in touch with each other to try to restart negotiations, and they will be meeting at a secret location tomorrow, possibly involving mediators. The lockout is now in its 87th day. Meanwhile, if the Moose Jaw Warriors defenseman and Toronto Maple Leafs draft pick Morgan Rielly makes Team Canada for the World Juniors, he'll stay with the team regardless of the NHL lockout or not. TSN's Ryan Rashog reports.
If Morgan Rielly makes Team Canada, he will be staying for the entire tournament, regardless of the CBA status. Brian Burke made that crystal clear to TSN Tuesday. There will be no yanking him out of Russia. Now Rielly just needs to make the team.
Here at camp, there's quite a few good D-men, obviously, and it's a pretty big challenge right there, as opposed to trying to concentrate too much on what's going on with Toronto and all that.
So what are his chances? On day one of camp, Rielly skated alongside Team Canada veteran and shoe-in Dougie Hamilton.
He's a great player, and if I had the chance to play with him, that'd be a huge privilege, but I'm not too sure what's going to happen in terms of who's going to play with who.
With Ryan Murray no longer in the mix due to injury, Rielly not only has a shot to make the team, he could be looking at a spot in the top four.
Obviously, with Ryan Murray out, we need somebody to fill those minutes, and Morgan's going to get an opportunity here to play with Dougie, and hopefully he takes advantage of that.
Rielly has no issue admitting he's pretty nervous in the early going.
At times I get pretty nervous. There's a whole lot of high-end guys trying out, and it's a pretty tough team to make, but I think I have to have an air of confidence at times.
But setting nerves aside is something he knows every player making the jump must do, particularly those jumping into the spotlight of Team Canada and Leafs Nation, where overnight back in June his Twitter following went through the roof.
It blew up pretty good. I think overnight I got like 8,000 followers or something. To have the chance to play for Team Canada would be a huge honor and a goal of mine that I've had for a long time.
The Cates Group is ready to reopen talks with the city of Edmonton on a downtown arena. The chief negotiator for the Oilers ownership group has made a formal request to appear before Edmonton City Council tomorrow. The mayor and councillors were already scheduled to get an update on the arena tomorrow. As a result of this latest development, some councillors expressed a little frustration, but the mayor told everyone not to jump to any conclusions and also not to have any expectations.
This isn't about winning and losing. This is about Edmonton, about building a better city, a better downtown, long-term stability for hockey, if that's what ends up happening. So let's not jump to the conclusion that anything is going to be finalized tomorrow.
Before talks broke down earlier this fall, Cates was pushing the city to put in an extra $6 million a year into the arena by the way of an operating subsidy. In CFL news, and it's some great news for the Calgary Stampeders. They've come to terms on a contract extension with defensive lineman Corey Mace. That was a deal that had to get done yesterday. The Stamps officially signed punter Rob Maver to a 4-year contract. The Hamilton Ticats have fired head coach George Cortez. The Cats were 6-12 this season, and it was Cortez who ended up paying the price after just 1 year at the helm in Hamilton. And we have a new sport to share with you this afternoon. Take a look at this. This is bubble football, soccer, whatever you want to call it, or fun balls, and was invented by the Norwegians. The game sees players run around the pitch wearing what could be loosely described as a giant inflatable hamster ball on their head. It obviously impairs their movement slightly and agility, but they simply bounce safely whenever they take a spill. No fat lips or bloody noses in that game.
No, that's true.
No black eyes, no broken cheeks.
For helicopter parents, this would be a great game. No
Well
injuries.
said. Well said.
It does look like a bunch of hamsters, though. Speaking of animals, Fido gets behind the wheel.
Hey, I know that dog.